guys, it's Funky Monkey here, and I'm so sorry I haven't posted in forever, and it's just been such a long time since I've actually been able to post and get my channel up and running. So I am super excited to start off my channel, and today I'm super excited to be making these cute little kawaii ghost charms, as you can see if it focuses, and they're just super fun for Halloween. You can wear them as a necklace, bracelet, earrings, whatever you want to do with it, and it's a super easy project to do, and it's a lot of fun. So let's get started. The items that you will be needing is this Sharpie. You don't have to use an exact Sharpie. You can use any random permanent marker, but it has to have like a tip like this if you want to use it to mold off of or to use. And I already wrapped mine in saran wrap and tape, so you're going to need some saran wrap and tape, and all you have to do is just wrap the end, not the actual marker part, but the end of the marker in some saran wrap and then tape it onto the marker. This will make sure that the ghost, like the clay, doesn't stick to the marker. Then you'll be needing some tweezers, and I like these tweezers because they have a flat kind of edge to it, so I can push down the clay to flatten it a little bit. That's what I did to make his face, to flatten out the ball of the clay. A ball of clay. I can't speak today. And yeah, and this helps just put it on there if you don't want to get your clay all dirty and mess up. So yeah, definitely helpful to have these. You're going to need 2 colors of clay, of course. You're going to need, well, you can choose any color you want, but I chose white and black. Black for the details and white for the body, because I thought those would be best for a ghost. You're going to need some rubbing alcohol. You do not have to have rubbing alcohol. I just think it really smooths out your clay surface. And if you use rubbing alcohol, then always ask an adult before, and don't do it on a bare table if you're using it on wood table, because it will stain the table or ruin it. And if you don't have rubbing alcohol, then you can always use nail polish remover. And I, of course, use Q-tips with it to help smooth out the clay surface. Again, you can use anything else than Q-tips, but I think Q-tips are easy to handle and really good to, you know, maneuver and everything. And then, yeah, so now you're going to need some eye pins. These are actually pretty long eye pins, which makes us cut them, of course, and I'm going to be using scissors to cut them. And they're super easy to cut, and you can probably just find these at any local craft store. I thought they'd be super hard to find when I started making clay, but they aren't, so yeah. And then you can have some glue to glue in the eye pin. I won't be using glue. I just let it, like, I mush the clay onto the eye pin so it stays, but I don't use glue. But this is E6000, and this is a clear kind of glue. If you do decide to use this, make sure you have your parents' approval, because it is a very dangerous glue to use if you don't use it the right way. Definitely do not eat this no matter what you do. If you do, call poison help or emergency hospital thing, because this stuff can cause cancer. And I'm not trying to scare you, but just be warned. So yeah, I'm using E6000, and that will be all you will need for this tutorial. So let's get right into it. So now I'm going to take my saran wrapped Sharpie pen marker thing, and all you need to do is just pretty much put some saran wrap on here and tape it so it kind of looks like this. And yeah, so you're going to take your saran wrapped marker Sharpie thing and get some white clay. You're not going to want too much, but just the right amount. I think this size ball will be big enough for me to use, and so you're going to take your saran wrap Sharpie and just push the ball of clay after you roll it into a ball onto your marker and push down the sides to kind of get like a droopy looking effect. And you're just going to kind of want the effect to get it like this. You're going to, with the little droopy bottom, you're going to need to use your fingers and just push down the other sides of the bottom and until you get it to the right shape, and just knead it. And I don't know if you can hear the wind or not, but it's really windy outside for fall and the leaves are falling. Crazy moment, but okay. So yeah, just keep doing that till you get your desired shape. This took me a while to do, but after a little bit I was able to get this kind of shape with the droopy little sides and everything, as you can see, and it's already starting to look like a ghost. And now, time for the rubbing alcohol. All you want to do for the rubbing alcohol is to grab your thing of rubbing alcohol and your Q-tip and just put some rubbing alcohol on the Q-tip, and this will help smooth out the surface of your clay, and I really recommend using it. Again, you can use nail polish remover if you don't have rubbing alcohol. So I'm just going to put some rubbing alcohol, and make sure you do this on a covered surface. If your table is wood or just plastic even, just make sure you have a covered surface. So now that I have my rubbing alcohol on my Q-tip, I'm going to take my clay and, switching hands, take my clay and just rub the rubbing alcohol on the clay, and it will help get out all the dirt from your white clay, and it really is helpful when you use white clay. It'll get out all the nasty fingerprints and just everything. It'll take a little bit of time before you can get it to your desired liking, but yeah. Just keep doing this till you get it to how you want. One thing that I forgot to mention before is that you can use your little pliers to make like the little dents in the curtain. I like to call it curtains because it kind of looks like a curtain to me. But just take your pliers and, I keep saying pliers, tweezers, and just make the little dents in there bigger or help guide it, and I think that really helps. And sorry I forgot to mention it, but yeah. So I basically have my clay to my desired liking of smoothness and size and everything. So now I'm going to add my details in for the face, and as you can see, it just gets rid of all the dirt in your clay, and yeah. So I'm going to get on to the details. This part, I think, especially helps to have little tweezers, that way you can really work it. You want to take the smallest bit of clay and just like that much, which isn't a lot at all, and just kind of roll it into a little ball and grab it back up with your tweezers. Depending on how big it is, you can decide if it's an eye or a mouth, and I think that this is just big enough for it to be an eye. So now I'm going to place it on the side that I want my ghost's face to be. I want it right there. Wait for it, wait. Okay, there. So now that I have it on the actual ghost itself, I'm going to take my tweezers and just kind of press it down lightly to get it kind of flat and rounded on the actual ghost's body. Now I'm going to do the other eye. So now that I have the two eyes on my ghost, I am going to add the mouth. And you're going to want to take a little bit of a bigger piece of black clay, not much bigger at all, and just take that piece of clay, roll it up into a ball, and if it's too big you can always take, see, that happens a lot, which is why it's super helpful to have tweezers. Okay, there it is. So yeah, I think that this piece is a little too big, so I'm gonna take some of it off and see what size I want it. So I have my size of clay that I want, and yeah, so now I'm going to put it on the ghost. My dog. So now I'm just basically moving it around on my ghost and getting it to where I want. Now I'm just going to flatten it out. Okay. So now that I have my ghost face, okay, that's hard to say. Ghost's face on, I can add my eye pin. So all I'm doing is taking my eye pin and out of my package. Okay, taking my eye pin out of my package and basically holding it up to my ghost and seeing what size I want it to be and where to cut it. Alright, I see a good size. So I'm going to take my eye pin and just trim it to however big I want it. And before I cut it, I just want to show you that it still is seeable or visible, there we go, through the bottom of the ghost. So you can add clay to cover it up. You can do whatever you want, but I just like to leave it there. Yeah, so let's try and cut this. This isn't going to end well. Okay. You can use stronger scissors. It's just really hard to do if you're not using the right scissors, which I'm not. Okay, there we go. So now that I have it cut, I'm just going to insert it to my ghost. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this started. I'm now just going to take it off my saran wrap, which came off super easily because I put it on the saran wrap, and I just really recommend it if you're going to be putting it on a pen that you use saran wrap. Now you can just stick it in there and try and get it centered. Okay. So now that I have it in my ghost, you can see it's pretty much in the center of my ghost, how I like it. I now again can go back over my ghost with rubbing alcohol if I need to fix any fingerprints, which I will be doing right now. So now that I have my ghost all smooth and blended, I can now put it in the oven, and put it in the oven for however long your package says. If you're using Fimo, then it'll be a little bit different than Sculpey, and if you're using Sculpey, it'll say to put it in. So now I'm just going to put it in for the desired amount of time that it says, and yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe down below. It helps out so much. And if you can, send the video link to me if you recreated this little ghost and for Halloween. So thank you guys so much for watching, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.